Welcome to the Footy Coach Podcast. My name is Jock, your host, and this is where we talk all things football and particularly coaching and the strategies, the principles, the tips and tools that can help you as a coach take your game up a notch and get to the next level. Whether that's, through junior coaching, youth football, senior local football, pathway programs, state leagues, or the AFL. So we're excited to be back on this episode. And I want to run through 4 things, really simple things and easy things to boost and sustain your coaching performance. Now, we always think of our athletes trying to get to, the game on the weekend and through the preseason, an absolute peak performance. We look at them from a real holistic brush, if you like, and different areas that they can focus on that help them get a better result come game day. So this is such things as, diet, hydration, sleep, and much more. And I thought I'd run through just 4 things I think coaches could definitely do that's really going to help performance. This is the same if you're running a business, if you're a manager or CEO. These type of things are definitely becoming a lot more common a focus for performance. And I think as coaches in a high pressured environment, whether you're coaching local footy or, like I mentioned, state league or NAB pathways, whatever it is a intense environment to be in, exciting and fun, but there's still plenty to it. And to get the best out of yourself is what we're trying to do with our teams and our players. And I think we need to represent that as coaches in terms of getting the best out of ourselves, who, when we get to game day, we're primed and performing at our best and sustain it, which is what we really want to do, just like a playing career. So with our coaching, 4 things, really easy to run through, and it's very similar to playing, but I'm just going to run through them for coaches listening today. So first off, we're going to talk about a little bit about sleep and the importance of it. Like, there's no doubt in the past years, sleep has become at the forefront of performance and really pushing back on those who have that real tough attitude of, sleep's for wimps. I think is a famous saying or something similar along Margaret Thatcher had, the long-time Prime Minister of Britain. And that sort of became like this pathway. If you're sleeping, means you're not really trying hard enough. If you're only getting a few hours a night, but that's so not true and to performance. And we know as an athlete how important sleep is to recovery. And it's very similar to coaches. We have big stress loads at times, plenty to do, depending, really how you're looking at it. And getting that sleep in is really paramount. And especially most of us have got a full-time job, which is not a part of the football program. And to be able to balance that with, after hours and weekends, coaching footy, you need to get your sleep in. That's going to help you recover, refresh, really getting you in the right frame of mind for each day. So it's really focusing on, that minimum sort of 7 hours really is what you want to be chasing. 8 hours, if you're ideal. I know many of us have got children. I know I have a couple of young lads who can stay up late, can get up through the night, can get up early. So that kind of throws that out at times. But really trying to just chase that routine where you can get the sleep, particularly on the eve of games. I know sometimes your mind might be racing about different matchups and strategies and game plans and, all the things that come with a game of footy. But really trying to focus in on your sleep is really important. And if you can just add, 10, 20% better sleep, really make a difference. So just a couple of things with sleeping to help you get to bed earlier. Sometimes you can just focus on your morning, so getting you up earlier. So if you're tradie, you're going to be up early naturally. But if you're an office job that might start at 9, then you could start getting up at 6 or 5:30 or so forth, and that'll help bring about you wanting to get to bed early at night rather than staying up to midnight and sleeping 5-6 hours. You might get to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then get up early. So even just focus on the early mornings, getting up out of bed can help bring down and bring out earlier bedtime for you, because you'll naturally be tired earlier, and changing your sleep routine is really important. I know guys who, really get up early at, 3:34, but they're going to bed at 8 o'clock. So they're still getting that 7-8 hours sleep. but to just bring back their natural bedtime, which sometimes those listening, you probably think, oh God, I go to bed at 11:30, 12 every night or late. You can bring these things, around. I remember myself, even like uni days, this is years ago now, but midnight was pretty stock standard. You wouldn't get up till 8:30 and crawl into a class. But now myself, I'm probably definitely sort of 5:45 sort of time, maybe 5:30. Get up and get into it, and we'd try and get to bed around 9:30 or so. So sort of getting around that 7-8 hours, definitely here. But obviously, again, have the kids and those things throw things out at times. But we do our best, and just the importance of it to rejuvenate and get that recovery in, so that you can wake up and perform at a better level if you're getting those good sleeps. Also, with sleeping, when you go in your room, don't take your phone in. If you're using it as your alarm, buy an alarm, cost $20 or something, and you'll get a good alarm that'll last forever and wake up at 6 a.m. or whatever it needs to be. So don't take your phone in. Putting the lights on your face really sets off the chemical in your eye, which I should know, but I can't have it for you right now. But that helps keep you awake and makes you think that it's daylight rather than late at night. So getting sleep in, getting that phone out of your room is really paramount. Try and read before, if you go to bed, that really helps as well. Stay away from TV, clearly. And just try and wind yourself down, find that routine, which will really, what works for you. For me personally, it's definitely reading before bed, definitely no electronics, and then winding yourself down before that, maybe with a bit of TV earlier on in the night. So find that routine for you that works, and stick to it. The second thing I want to discuss is your diet. A bit like a professional athlete. If you want to perform at your best, you need to get your body some right food. You can't be eating takeout every night and every morning before game day. Really important that you're getting some good nutrition, and I'm not saying absolutely perfect, have your diet absolutely pristine, but I'm saying if you can get the vegetables in, get the getting good fruit in, not just eating takeaway McDonald's the day before, soft drinks all the time, really making sure you get good food. We all know what it is. I don't have to go into specifics because there is a lot of out there, but we know what good food looks like. Getting that into us for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a regular basis. Doesn't have to be all the time. I'm not saying don't eat takeaway. I'm just saying don't eat every other night. So, and get yourself in, and obviously, clearly, that's going to help you get better in shape, which help you perform better, just like an athlete. So, come game day, you have more energy, more vitalized. You feel better about yourself, and away you go. So, get that diet. We know what it looks like. Make it happen for you. Just try and get a 10-20% improvement in what you're doing now. If I had to run through my diet, just for the fun of it. So probably during the week, I've probably moved in the last months and maybe years, but months, a smoothie in the morning. So that's fruit, bit of vegetables in there, oats, bit of protein powder, and just water and a bit of ice, especially during the warmer days. Then morning snack might be one of those little protein bars, maybe an apple, something simple. Lunch is just like a salad, ham sandwich, something like that. Drinking plenty of water, obviously. Afternoon again, like maybe a little bar or an apple as well. And then dinner, do a range of things, but barbecue and salads, or curries, or actually, I find it's quite funny that I'm talking about my diet, but just to give you an idea, there's nothing too special about it at all. I'm just saying I think it helps perform, and I notice when I stray away from that and maybe eat some rubbish breakfast or something at a servo or something from on the road, I find myself, either A, getting hungry, or B, definitely not feeling as good as like a good smoothie or something along those lines. Or same with lunch. If you're having a big heavy lunch, if you go down the pub and you're having a Palmer or something, it does knock you around for the afternoon and energy levels and so forth. So that's a bit of my one. Pretty basic, but gives you an idea how I'm running through it. And there's plenty of people out there who are really good in this space, to check them out. But I think in general, we know what's good So let's just leave it at that. We know what's good for us. Let's eat that. Third thing, flowing on from that, hydration. I can't stress enough drinking water and the importance of it. That really is paramount to you functioning at a high level and just getting a hydration. So simple thing, when you take, if you want to check where your hydration is at, obviously when you go to the bathroom, checking the color of urine and making sure it's clear. If it's not clear, then you're probably not hydrated enough. It's a simple thing. And stay on top of it. Don't just have big gulps at one point in the day. Throughout the day, keep your hydration up. And that goes with probably coffee too. I've probably done a thing recently. I'm a mad coffee addict. Strangely enough, I really kind of enjoy just instant coffee now at home, especially working out of the office. But I limit it to 3 a day now. So it's still quite a chunk, but I know a lot of us can get a bit carried away, especially when you're working at home and you get access to coffee all day and so forth. You have 5, 6, 7 cups before you know it. I just don't think that's really ideal for performance. It's definitely what I've found. So maybe if that's you, just have a check of your coffee intake, how much you're having. Some might only have 1, some don't have any at all. But I just monitor that. For me, it's 3, and I found that's much better. I was probably 4 or 5 there for a while, or 6 even. So focus on that. But the other one, probably main one, is alcohol. I definitely am on the low end of alcohol now. Kids waking up every day. I have no interest really in waking up with hangover with them screaming at 6 a.m. when they get up. So I keep it very limited. 1 or 2 for me is probably much where I'm at now. And that's definitely not every week even. So if you're a big drinker, I know it's a footy atmosphere and we love a froth, and that's cool. But I think if you're coaching, particularly a game the day before, I'd be really inclined to stay away from it. Like you're performing as an athlete or as a footballer the next day, I'd probably stay away. Max out at probably 1 or 2. And during the week, trying to keep that under control. Because it's a bit like anything. If you're drinking alcohol, it means you're probably not eating right, and then you're probably not going to sleep right because you'll be up at 4 a.m. as your liver's processing all that alcohol through your body. So if you can maintain a decent lifestyle with regards to alcohol, that will help your coaching, no doubt. Especially if you're looking to be a long-time coach, year after year, weekend after weekend, performing at a sustained and at your best level. That's what we're talking about today. I would try and back that off if you can. But I know we all have fun and weddings and parties and birthdays and all the rest of it and getting amongst it. I'm definitely not saying don't drink, but I'm just saying just keep it in check. And again, I think we all know what that looks like. Especially if you're managing kids too, underages in particular, under 18, just the importance to sort of show that leadership and showing up 100%. And not be affected by alcohol from the night before. When you've had, 10 stubbies watching the footy, you're probably not going to rock up and be that example for the kids to know that this is how you go about coaching and dedicating your time to them. But we do spend a lot of time getting ready for games, and we just want to give ourselves every chance and put our best foot forward. So I'll just review that with yourself if you can, but definitely want to keep the fun happening. So. Enjoy a drink, but keep it under control. And the fourth one's a bit different, and I know this might scare a couple of people, but just meditation too. And I'll change that word, get rid of meditation, but just call it quiet time. So what that looks for you, it might just be sitting out back with your coffee, staring at the paddock or your cows or your backyard or whatever you're doing, and just having a bit of quiet time to yourself and just help settling your mind and just keep those thoughts in the present moment, and just what you're doing. So just making sure you get a bit of time, if not daily, definitely weekly, and whether that's meditation. There's some really good apps out there. The latest app, which is pretty basic, I should have it here, is the Headspace app's really good. And there's a couple of others if you look on the App Store that will guide you through some meditation too, 5-10 minutes. It really makes a difference. I'm probably more in the quiet time space right now. I've done a fair bit of meditation in the past, and there's no doubt I'll probably do it again. But I would just say getting that bit of quiet time each day if you can, 5-10 minutes. It's a bit like old Tony Robbins says, if you don't have 5 minutes, you probably don't have a life. So we can all find 5 minutes just to take a bit of quiet time. Might just be sitting in your bedroom, and just contemplating where you're at, just thinking about, the present moment, the sounds, the sights, the things you're hearing, seeing right in that moment, just to bring it all back and slow your mind down so you can think really clearly, particularly on game day. I know there's real coaches who are really right into this a lot further than me. Paul Roos is a good example of that. I know he's a strong practicer of meditation. You can go back and listen to his episode on my podcast, which is episode 22, I believe. You can check that out. But it's become paramount in a lot of business and CEOs. I think there's a stat, it's like 20, 30, 40% of CEOs are now, practicing some form of meditation each day. So to get the best out of themselves and to think clearest and make the best decisions. So as coaches, we can take a bit out of that and really benefit from having a practice of meditation or some sort of quiet time for yourself during the week, particularly on game day if you can. That helps settle your mind, think clearer thoughts, and sort of ground yourself where you are at that current time, and to enjoy that present day and present moment. So getting a little deep on that, but I think it's something that we can definitely talk about as coaches, and it's a really good practice. Clearly athletes are doing this. There's no doubt about that. So I think as coaches, we can tap into that a little bit and just help that boost that performance, and again, help rejuvenate and sustain your performance. What we want through our season. You're playing 18, 20 games a year, finals. It's a long year, long preseason. These type of things can really make a difference. So there you have it. I hope that helps a little bit. I know we're going a little bit outside the box, and these aren't areas that I'm just talking a bit about my own experience. I'm by no means a nutritionist or anything like that, but I'm just touching on, sleep, diet, hydration, and a bit of meditation and quiet time for you as a coach. It can really help boost your performance, especially if one of those areas you're really struggling in. Let's assume you're not sleeping well at all for whatever reason. Doing 3 or 4 hours a night, and you're trying to work and look after your family and all the rest of it. That's something you can improve. You probably likely see a really good improvement with your coaching too, and how you go about that. So have a think about those 4 areas. I hope that helps. A little bit something different today. The 4 things to boost and sustain your coaching performance this year and beyond. So we'll chat soon. Thank you.